So the title of this video is very self-explanatory. What we're going to be doing in this video is trading for Karl Anthony Towns with control of the New York Knicks and then rebuilding the Knicks around Towns. Reports did come out last night that the Knicks could potentially monitor Towns' situation because he could look to come out of Minnesota, who's on a 10-game losing streak. So first step of this is to actually trade for Towns. Alright, so Marcus Morris, just give up. Throw in the next year's first round pick along with this year's first round pick, and then also throw in the Dallas Mavericks pick. They agree to that. They agreed to Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, a 2020 first round pick, 2021 first round pick, and a 2021 Mavericks first round pick, and Marcus Morris for Karl Towns. Now here's where we stand after that. The team is very raw, young, talented, and then Karl Anthony Towns. Alright, now let's try and I kind of want to keep this semi-realistic and try and rebuild around whatever, but let's try now and get a first round pick this year. Well, actually we could try and throw in Dennis Smith Jr. for this. We can throw in Dennis Smith Jr. with the first round pick without having to take back a player. He's not going to bolster their roster up too much. And then, I mean, yeah, this isn't really risking much. So, okay, that didn't work. But what if we throw in a second round pick and another second round pick? That also doesn't work, and another second round pick. That won't work. Okay, you know what? I'm not mad at that at all. So we get a first round pick back this year. It's going to be top of the class. And then we can try and get a little bit better. We have nothing to risk here because, we don't have a first round pick. Okay, so we could trade Taj Gibson for Rudy Gay. This guy's on a 2-year contract while Taj Gibson is on a 1-year deal, so that helps a lot. That's kind of my goal here. I'm not trying to be some sort of rebuilding god or anything like that. I just want to make this realistic to an extent and try and do stuff that's not going to kill the league, but it's kind of beneficial to us. We're going to get Derrick Rose for Bobby Portis. Hopefully we could try and give up even more future first because I'm not trying to give up like that. Derrick Rose for Bobby Portis in the 2023 first, and we'll also throw in a second into this. I mean, all right, so yeah, we're going to agree to this trade here and bring in Derrick Rose. Only reason why Pistons would do this is because they're not that good and they would like the first round pick and a young guy named Amy Dotson. They are offering us JJ Redick for Wayne Ellington and Tony Snell. I mean, it's not like this is really killing the league, so I'm about to just take this for JJ Redick as well, to be honest with you. He is like 36 years old, 35. And lastly, we might as well look at trading Elfrid Payton and Alonzo Trier because they both expire after the season. Sacramento's a team that bounced back pretty well. Their bench guards kind of suck aside from Bogdan, and we'll be giving them Elfrid Payton and Alonzo Trier for Nemanja Bjelica and Yogi Ferrell. Marvin Bagley just came back from injury. This kind of makes sense for them, so we're going to go ahead and do this one as well. Lastly, we need a center, and the Suns are offering up Aaron Baines. They just got DeAndre Ayton back. They have Frank Kaminsky. We're going to give up these two guys right here and bring in Aaron Baines because we don't have a backup center, and Markieff would have been that. All right, so after those trades, now we have Derrick Rose, RJ Barrett, Kevin Knox, Rudy Gay, Karl Towns, Nemanja Bjelica, JJ Redick, Aaron Baines, and Frank Ntilikina in the rotation. All right, cool. Now the minutes are cool. The young guy is getting some good minutes. Ntilikina still getting some off the bench. Here we go. Oh yeah, lastly, I'm assuming they didn't fire this guy. Yep, Dave Fizdale's still here. Let's fire him. Wait, we can hire Mike Stafford. Karl Towns in his first game as a Knick drops 26 points and 21 rebounds and 5 assists, 3 blocks, 2 steals, and Derrick Rose had a double-double as well in their first games as a Knick, and they with a 2-point win over the Brooklyn Nets. I just want to point out real quick, so it's March 26th, how unlucky we got. The Atlanta Hawks are the 8th seed. We're actually not that far out, actually. We're 27 and 45. Atlanta's 5 games better than us. We should probably try and ramp it up over these last couple weeks. We're only 4 games out. The Pistons are the 8th seed now. Atlanta actually fell out of the picture, so hopefully they get a lottery pick still regardless. That'll just make it look better. We're going to beat the Oklahoma City Thunder. This team is making a push. We're still 3 games out, and there's only 3 games left. We would have to get really lucky. I'm just going to simulate through these, but I'm not trying to really jump into any regular season. Oh, we lose that game against the Rat. All right, so we officially are going to miss the playoffs because we're too far out of it, but we do have a very, very, very strong finish this season, and I can guarantee the Knicks are mad with how that pick ended up being. I mean, the Timberwolves. Normal culprits for the All-NBA first, second, third team. Oh, of course, we got Towns here on the All-NBA second team. So Towns in his first Knicks season will basically, from Minnesota to New York, average 26.6 points, 13.4 rebounds, 4.8 assists, 1.6 blocks, 54% from the field, 43% from downtown. So overall, a really, really, really good season for him. 3-3, and the Sixers take it out in 7 games, so that's pretty something. I don't know. All right, so at this rate, with how greatly the team bounced back, it looks like we're definitely a guarantee for the playoffs, even if we do nothing. But of course, we're going to try and make this team better. Of course, I'm not satisfied with that pick being like, what, 15th now that the Hawks made the playoffs. All right, so here we are. We're at the NBA draft, and so the team, we have a lot of guys who still, well, a lot of these guys are going to expire after this year, but as of right now, lot of guys still are under contract that we could trade in this draft. Oh my god, we can get D'Angelo Russell. Without even trading that 15th overall pick, we can trade Derrick Rose, Rudy Gay, and Nicolo Melli for Kevon Looney and D'Angelo Russell, which would pair him and Towns at last in New York. This is an easy pull. Now, most occasions I wouldn't accept this because it's not the most realistic thing in the world. I mean, you could argue that maybe it is, but no, it really isn't. But I mean, the Towns and D'Lo pairing is a pairing that's they've been trying to make happen for like years. So we got to do that. So we have D'Angelo Russell now. We still have that 15th pick. We still have RJ Barrett. We still have Kevin Knox. So this is a really, really good starting lineup. This should actually work. All right, so you know what? We're going to offer the 15th pick, a future first round pick, and Kevon Looney for the 5th pick. So this is for the 3rd pick, so that might be a little bit of a reach. What about the 4th pick somewhere? 4th pick, Warriors, they don't have the cap space. All right, you know what? We'll go back to Cleveland. I'm perfectly fine with trading Looney and 2 firsts to Cleveland for the 5th pick. That works. We could even flip the 5th pick now back into a lot of other stuff, or we could just, we'll go into the draft and see what's available at that pick. But as of right now, I mean, we can get Levine, we can get Jonathan Isaac, so there's a lot of decent stuff going around here. But more than likely, I'll just hold on to the 5th pick. We've already done enough trades, and we're just going to stick with this more than likely. They're offering us to move up 1 pick. We can get Nicolo Melli for Naz Reid or Jalen Noel in the 5th pick. I guess since we have Towns, I'll take Reid. I don't know what the potential that either of these guys possess, but we'll do this one. We'll move up 1 pick. Cole Anthony goes 2nd, then who's going to go 3rd? So we're either guaranteed James Wiseman or LaMelo Ball right now, and then we can move D'Lo to the shooting guard. Okay, so Wiseman gets picked there at 3rd. Then again, Wiseman and Towns wouldn't have really worked out that well. So now with the 3rd pick, we can either pick, it's really just LaMelo Ball, honestly. LaMelo Ball, in a rare case, might actually have more value than the pick itself. So welcome to the team. 6'8" out of Australia. He can even play small forward. I don't really care. LaMelo does seem to possess the same value as the pick actually did, so we'll be perfectly fine with that. Qualifying offer, sure, why not? I didn't even realize Ivan Rabb was a 77. Wow. Carmelo Anthony's here. Could we try and offer Melo a deal? We could offer Melo a deal. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good deal for Carmelo Anthony. Yeah, we do need a center, actually, a backup center for Towns. So maybe even someone like, I just saw Dwight Howard was on here as a good center for this system. Yeah, so Dwight Howard's actually the best fit. Him, Willie Cauley signed a couple other people. Let's see if we could sign Dwight Howard. So both Melo and Dwight agreed to contracts, but to agree to both of them, I think we need to make a trade. We're going to sign Dwight Howard and Melo, and how we're going to do that is by trading JJ Redick for these 2 first-round picks for Atlanta. So now that clears up the cap space where we can sign both of these guys more than likely. Wow, it stopped us from signing Carmelo Anthony still, even after making that trade. So is there any way we could still get him? I don't think so, though. Oh yeah, no, it took away all of our money. We're not gonna be able to get Melo. That's kind of disappointing. I thought we were able to get Melo, bring him back to New York, but regardless, even with that, we still have a very solid front court, back court, all that stuff. Zach Randolph, Ivan Rabb was our player. So we had Aaron Baines already. We also already had Ivan Rabb. Ivan Rabb we're signing to a big time deal because he's a restricted free agent for us, and he was in the G League for the whole season and became a pretty decent 77 overall, so we're going to sign him back. All right, so we're going to offer Aaron Baines a deal, but more than likely we're going to have to trade him because what we need right now is depth badly. All right, so you know what? I'm looking around at these trade offers for Aaron Baines, we just brought back on another contract, and it looks like the best one is probably for Duncan Robinson of Miami, either him or PJ Tucker. So we could also go and get another 2 first-round picks from Atlanta, but we need depth more than that, and Duncan Robinson is that, so we're going to go ahead and do this one. All right, so this is officially what the rotation is going to be coming to the next season. We have D'Angelo Russell, RJ Barrett, Kevin Knox, Nemanja Bjelica, Karl Anthony Towns, LaMelo Ball, Ivan Rabb, Frank Ntilikina, Duncan Robinson, and Dwight Howard. So all we have left is to see how it works out. We are going to go ahead and re-sign Frank Ntilikina to a $43 million deal. It's a lot of money for him, but he is a 79 overall. All right, so at the end of the year, the team does finish 51-31. It looks like Karl Anthony Towns finishes as the 2nd team All-NBA, and D'Angelo Russell did not make one, neither did any other Knicks. So that's where he finished. Towns finishes the year averaging 25 points, 12 rebounds, 4.5 assists, basically the same exact numbers as last year. We did have LaMelo Ball on the All-Rookie 2nd team. Obviously, his numbers were killed a little bit because he was off the bench, but regardless, he still averaged 13 points and 6 assists. All right, so we are the 4th seed in the conference. Actually, we were a lot higher the last time I caught up with this, but now we are the 4th seed, and really all we got to see is what happens. We are playing up against the Brooklyn Nets, which is obviously Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. They've been trying to tell me to take Bjelica out of the lineup for Ivan Rabb for a while now, but now we're going to officially do it because we are playing up against the team that is, yeah, they're starting Jarrett Allen and DeAndre Jordan, and Ivan Rabb's a really good rebounder, so we'll go ahead and do do that. They do actually want me to start Ntilikina with RJ Barrett and D'Angelo Russell and Ivan Rabb and Karl Towns. I'm a little bit skeptical because his offense isn't all the way there and his stats definitely show for it, but he would provide good defense on Kyrie Irving if we slot him in there. So I might do that. All right, so we're gonna leave that, and I'm also gonna go to Brooklyn and make sure that Frank is guarding Kyrie so we don't screw that up. So the first game, Brooklyn takes it. Brooklyn takes it by 10 points. Second game against Brooklyn, we take the second game. Okay. Third game against Brooklyn, they win. Fourth game against Brooklyn, we win. Okay. We're just gonna continue on with this. Nothing we can do here. Fifth game, they win. It looks like the Frank Kyrie experiment is not working out that well. All right, this next couple last games against Brooklyn, we are going to try and change up the lineup, put the lineup back to what it originally was, although it does have Ivan Rabb. Let's see what happens in the next game. It looks like it's going pretty well so far, at least. No! We just lost to a Marquise Chris game-winning 3 after he blocked Karl Anthony Towns. No. I was so confident. We were up by so many points, and then we lose to a Marquise Chris game-winning 3 at the buzzer. Okay, so we're gonna try this one last time, one more season. So the Clippers won the championship against the Nets. They did make it to the finals. Oh yeah, we had that Atlanta pick. Let's see what it does. More than likely, right? Yeah, 11th pick for Atlanta, so that's good. And that Dallas Mavericks pick that we traded for Karl Towns actually ended up the first pick in the draft. So the Timberwolves look like they're gonna draft their next franchise player, whoever that will be. So we have no use for this 11th pick. Our team is already way too nice. We just need to trade it, all right? And honestly, I'm looking at trading LaMelo Ball just because there's guys out there like Pascal Siakam on the open block and they can help us out a lot more. Actually, you know what? I don't even think I'm gonna look any further. 89 overall, Pascal Siakam. I've never seen him even come up on the trade finder. Actually, they just offered us LaMelo and Frank for Wanamaker and Pascal without even having to put in that first round pick or Ivan Rabb. All right, Frank, it's been real, man. You just signed an extension. New York for 5 years, 4 years, but that's over with. Pascal Siakam, actually kind of not that great, but then we don't really need him to do anything better than shoot 56% from the field with 16 points on this team. So Pascal Siakam, I guess they think you're underwhelming. Welcome to New York. Devin Booker for Pascal Siakam. Would you guys accept this to make our big 3 finally? To complete our big 3, would you accept... Oh, that's Cole Anthony. I thought it was Carmelo. This first round pick right here? No. The Suns are actually the 5th seed in the conference, 4th seed in the conference, so they're probably not looking to trade Devin Booker. Actually, never mind, I'm tripping. Maybe we just go ahead and draft this guy, Kai Jones, and use him as a backup instead of trading the pick. Unless we just trade the pick for... They're offering us for the 11th pick, Evan Mobley, who was drafted 6th, and he has an A+ potential. Yeah, sure, thanks. And Mobley seems to have pretty solid value. Mobley is good enough to the point where we could trade him for LaMelo Ball back. All right, so I think we're just going to hold on to Mobley for now at least. And what? They want us to decline RJ Barrett's option? Why would we do that? We have to re-sign Duncan Robinson. We don't really have to re-sign Bjelica. So we'll offer Duncan Robinson this deal. It says that Monte Morris is affordable, and so is Okogie. Monte Morris almost perfectly matches our system. He's one of the best system matches here for us. So we're going to offer him that deal as well. So all 3 of those guys accept the deal. I'm actually going to decline the Josh Okogie one and even the Duncan Robinson one for now just to play safe because I really want Monte Morris. So yeah, we'll go ahead and pick back up Duncan Robinson. But I'm not even going to, honestly, just for the fact that we traded an 11th pick for this guy, I'm not going to like exploit him to the point where we can get Shai Gilgeous-Alexander because it's just too crazy. It's just too crazy. Although I would love to get Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But yeah, no, I won't. Just in case anything happens where one of our shooting guards isn't that good, we're going to offer Andre Iguodala the minimum deal. So this is officially going to be our rotation going to the next season. D'Angelo Russell, RJ Barrett, Kevin Knox, Pascal Siakam, Karl Towns, who has bumped up to a 94. I believe it was a 92 when we first got him. Monte Morris, Evan Mobley, Ivan Rabb, Duncan Robinson, and Ty Jerome. I wanted to bring this team back to a balanced system proficiency, but with that, I actually maybe wanted to fire our coach just because I want to get a coach that's more suited for that. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and fire our coach, and we're going to sign on Otis Newman, who is a balanced coach. I want to get on a balanced team. And this new coach wants to run a 9-man rotation, which I'm actually going to roll with. I'm going to be honest with you guys. The team is kind of underperforming right now. Don't be surprised if I make a trade in the next clip. There's just something wrong. I can't tell really what it is. I even looked at the stats for the team, but we need somebody that's more, I mean, DeMar DeRozan's not bad. Right now, I thought it was at the next level, but all of a sudden 15 and 12, not playing that great. losing consecutive games. Just it's not a good look. So we're gonna trade Pascal Siakam. So we're going to trade Ty Jerome, Pascal Siakam, a 2025 first round pick, a 2026 first round pick to the Sacramento Kings for Marvin Bagley, Buddy Hield, and Kyle Guy. Yup. Pascal, I wish it worked out a little bit better right now, but he's been shooting great, but aside from that, I mean, like, it's just kind of mid. He's not really the greatest thing in the world. What we need right now is a bench spark, and Buddy Hield brings that. All right, now I feel like I'm confident in this team, because looking at the team before the season, we didn't have that guy off the bench to really give us buckets, but now we have Buddy buckets. So let's go ahead and see what happens now. All right, so we are at the end of the season now. Giannis MVP, all the regular culprits, I'm assuming, of course. Shout out LaMelo, one most improved player in Toronto. Anyways, Towns still yet to make an All-NBA first team in his Knicks run, but has made the second team all 3 times. And once again, no D'Lo on an All-NBA team, but we don't really expect it. We have so many people to give the ball to. Evan Mobley, all rookie second team. But anyways, we are the 3rd seed now, up against the Brooklyn Nets again in the playoffs, but we were 4 wins better than last year. Not a huge improvement, but an improvement. So now we go up against the team that knocked us out last year. Let's see what happens. First game we win against Brooklyn, second game we win against Brooklyn, third game we win against Brooklyn, and the 4th game we sweep the Brooklyn Nets in the first round. Karl Anthony Towns was absolutely dominant in this series. So was Kevin Knox, actually 60% from the field, and RJ Barrett 60% from the field. The bench spark we got shot 40, but regardless, we won the series. All right, next round against the Chicago Bulls. I actually have no clue what this team looks like anymore. It could be very different. I'm not sure who they start, but they have Edwards, Levine, Markkanen, Wendell Carter, and Lonzo Ball, and Michael Porter Jr. So this team is really good at itself. First game against Chicago we win, second game we win, third game we win, and the 4th game we also win. 2 straight sweeps as the 3rd seed came in, and now we play the Atlanta Hawks, who we do have a bunch of first round picks from. And the Hawks have Trae Young, Andre Drummond, John Collins, and Tyrese Halliburton, who was actually the MVP in the last video I made. All right, let's see what happens against the #1 seed. The first game goes to us, the second game goes to Atlanta, third game to us, 4th game to us, 5th game to Atlanta, and then finally we make it to the NBA Finals. Shout out to Marvin Bagley, a very clutch performance in Game 6, and Buddy Hield, our Sacramento Kings trade, paying off nicely in this series. Now we're up against the 3rd seeded Houston Rockets, and their team is relatively the same exact team with a pretty much just a little bit of a better bench, but they almost have the same exact team. Let's see what happens in these NBA Finals. First game is a Rockets win, second game is our win. I got really scared and stopped it almost immediately right after we lost that first game. Hold on. All right, we're going to simcast the rest of these. Third game in Houston. Come on, we got to make a comeback here. We're down, but we're coming back, and oh wow, we're coming back, actually, we really are. And we fall just short, only 3 points short in the last minute of this game. On to the next game, this one in Houston once again. We have to try and win this one, and we are dominating. Oh my god, they're fighting back in though. They're really fighting back in. They might successfully, okay, they nearly got back in. This game was the opposite of the last game. They nearly got back into this one, but we do win it. Next game in New York, come on, we gotta win this one. This is easily the most important game of the series, and it looks like we might choke it. We choked in game, what was that, game 5. Next game, we're back in Houston once again. We need this game so bad. It looks like we're not gonna get it, so far at least. Okay, we bounced back into it. Still a close game. Oh my god, 101, and they just went on a huge run. Houston Rockets are going to win the 2022 NBA championship. We came so close, a 3-year window. I tried to keep it as realistic as possible as the rest of the league just develops rapidly, but you know, yeah, we made it all the way to the finals. Could have tried and exploited some more and traded Mobley for like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, or traded him back for LaMelo Ball, but didn't. But yeah, I'm fine with what the result was of this team, and hopefully after one more season, maybe they would win it. But this is where the video is going to stop. Thank you for watching. You can like and subscribe to the channel if you care about my channel at all and you want to help it out. And I am out of here. Let me know any other videos you want to see, and I'm out. Cut.